Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Next week, on Young and the Restless, Phyllis Summers corners Sharon Newman at Crimson Lights. Phyllis taunts Sharon and says she knows what she did. She has proof. Of course, this spooks Sharon and she demands to know what Phyllis is talking about. Meanwhile, Daniel Romalotti looks on curious to see what his mother is up to. Phyllis Summers is convinced Sharon is to blame for Heather Stevens' murder and is framing Daniel, and she won't stop until she proves it. However, Phyllis should be careful on Young and the Restless. Sharon already knows she is a threat and needs to be dealt with. So if she pushes Sharon too far, she could become her next victim. Perhaps that's what Phyllis wants, to push Sharon so far that she attacks her. Then she can prove she is capable of murder. While Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, goes after Sharon Newman, Sharon Case. Someone else does damage control. Next week, Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, goes crawling back to Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, looking for forgiveness. He admits to Lily that he has been a jerk. So there he is, asking for forgiveness and a chance to fix things. She looks smug but like she might be entertaining the idea. No doubt she'll make him work for it on Young and the Restless. Although he may not be sincere, there's a chance he could be playing her. Meanwhile, Victor Newman, Eric Braden, surprises his wife, Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott. He's been secretly having their original house on the Newman Ranch rebuilt. Viewers will recall that Sharon burned it down back in 2012 during a bipolar episode. Victor plans to surprise Nikki with it when it is finished. The big moment happens next week to celebrate Young and the Restless 13,000th episode. Victor blindfolds Nikki and brings her to their old home. He's had it restored to exactly how it looked years ago. Indeed, Nikki is in shock and absolutely delighted because she still misses it. Victor looks incredibly happy with his wife's reaction. Plus, it should help him get back into her good graces. As the drama continues to unfold in Genoa City, next week's episodes of The Young and the Restless promise to deliver shocking twists and heart-stopping moments, particularly for Sharon Newman. After a series of emotional confrontations and secrets coming to light, Sharon finds herself in a situation that will test her resilience and sanity. Here's a closer look at what's coming up, and why fans should prepare for one of Sharon's most intense moments yet. Next week, Sharon's life takes a dramatic turn when she begins to notice subtle yet troubling signs that something is seriously wrong with her family. Although Sharon has been juggling the complexities of her personal relationships and running the Sharon's Cafe, she's about to be thrown into an emotional whirlwind. As Sharon gets wind of unexpected developments concerning her loved ones, she can't help but feel the weight of the world bearing down on her shoulders. The first sign that things are heading south comes when Sharon overhears a conversation between her daughter Faith and her ex-husband Nick Newman. Though the specifics of the conversation are unclear, it's obvious that something is amiss. Faith, who has already been struggling with her own issues, seems to be hiding something. Sharon immediately begins to worry that her daughter may be in danger or dealing with something serious, and her protective instincts kick into overdrive. Sharon, ever the empathetic listener, tries to reassure Faith, but the conversation is awkward. Faith is hesitant to open up fully, leaving Sharon with more questions than answers. This unsettles Sharon deeply, and her mind starts to race with all the worst-case scenarios. As if the tension surrounding her daughter wasn't enough to rattle Sharon's nerves, next week brings even more chaos when a major threat emerges in Sharon's life. Rumors swirl that a mysterious figure from Sharon's past has returned to Genoa City, and this individual seems to be targeting her. Though the exact identity of this person remains a mystery for now, it is clear that their intentions are far from innocent. For Sharon, this potential threat is both terrifying and personal. She's no stranger to danger and dark pasts. After all, her life has been intertwined with numerous twists and turns, including multiple brushes with death, business rivalries, and romantic entanglements that have spiraled out of control. But the notion that someone is actively trying to harm her again is enough to send Sharon into a panic. She's no stranger to surviving. But this time, there's an eerie sense of helplessness that causes her to question her every move. Sharon's first instinct is to protect her family, but her emotional vulnerability only deepens as she realizes that she may not be able to keep everyone safe, especially with a potential threat looming. Her panic intensifies, and her usual calm and composed demeanor begins to crack under the pressure. As the week progresses, the emotional toll begins to weigh heavily on Sharon. Faced with the threat to her family's safety and her daughter's cryptic behavior, Sharon struggles to maintain control over her emotions. In a poignant moment, she breaks down in front of her closest confidants, unable to contain the mounting fear and worry she's been carrying for days. Her relationship with Nick becomes strained as they attempt to work together to uncover the source of the threat. But their shared history, particularly their complicated romantic past, complicates things. Sharon's emotional fragility makes her more vulnerable to old insecurities and fears. As she becomes increasingly overwhelmed, Nick's attempts to console her seem to only make matters worse. Meanwhile, Sharon's relationship with her best friend, Nikki Newman, takes center stage as Sharon reaches out to Nikki for support. The two women have been through a lot together, and Sharon finds herself relying on Nikki's wisdom to help her navigate this crisis. Nikki offers her a sense of calm and stability that Sharon desperately needs, but the fear that something irreversible might happen to her family continues to gnaw at her. Sharon's emotional breakdown feels inevitable, and it's clear that her mental state will continue to deteriorate as the week unfolds. Sharon's anxiety and fear reach their peak when she decides to confront the person she believes may be behind the mysterious threat. What follows is a tense, explosive encounter that could change the dynamics of many of the show's key relationships. Sharon's raw emotion and the desperation in her voice are palpable as she demands answers from the person she believes is responsible for putting her loved ones at risk. What makes this confrontation so compelling is Sharon's vulnerability. She is no longer the stoic, in-control woman we've come to know. Instead, she's stripped bare of her usual defenses, allowing the viewers to witness her emotional collapse in real time. Whether or not Sharon's confrontation yields the results she's hoping for is yet to be seen, but what's certain is that this moment will leave her forever changed. The fallout from this encounter will have long-lasting repercussions for Sharon, especially as she continues to grapple with her role as both a mother and protector. While Sharon's personal crisis takes center stage next week, the consequences of her emotional breakdown ripple through the lives of other characters in Geno City. Nick, who's been supportive up to this point, finds himself conflicted between his desire to help Sharon and his growing concerns about her mental health. Their relationship, already tested by past betrayals, faces new challenges as Sharon's emotional turmoil begins to spill over into every aspect of their lives. For Sharon's children, particularly Faith, the growing tension in their home is hard to ignore. As Sharon struggles to regain control, Faith's own issues and struggles may come to the forefront, complicating things even further. Sharon's breakdown could serve as a wake-up call for her family, forcing them to confront their own fears, secrets, and unresolved conflicts. The emotional fallout could potentially change the course of Sharon's relationships with everyone around her, especially as she contemplates whether she can continue to keep her family together under such intense pressure. Next week's The Young and the Restless promises to be a roller coaster ride of emotion, with Sharon at the heart of it all. As she faces personal and familial crisis, her emotional journey is set to reach new heights of intensity, leaving her on the edge of a breakdown. With each new twist and revelation, Sharon's capacity to hold it all together will be tested, and viewers will be left on the edge of their seats wondering how far she's willing to go to protect those she loves. Will Sharon's strength and determination prevail, or will she crack under the pressure? With the looming threat in Geno City and her emotional breakdown hanging in the balance, next week's episodes are sure to deliver some of the most compelling moments in recent memory. Sharon's story is far from over, and for the first time in a long while, her fate feels uncertain. Fans will be watching closely as this gripping storyline unfolds.